Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. This episode is called Can You Trust the Person You're Dating? Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show. Also, to tell you about about a service called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It allows you to purchase live calls with more than 100 celebrities. You can purchase a live 15-second call for $19.95 or a live 30-second call for $29.95. So give it a shot. Plenty of stars to choose from. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. So now that you've finally met someone who you want to date, you're probably asking yourself if you can trust them. Now, if you're just having fun being single and meeting and dating different people, then this issue is not as important because people usually keep their guard up and protect themselves while they're dating or while they're, busy being single. But if you've met someone that you want to date exclusively and monogamously, then most people will ask themselves, can they really trust this person? Or are they an opportunist that will take advantage of them every chance they get? If you read all the crazy ads that people write on the internet dating sites, then you quickly come to realize that the vast majority of single people are only interested in having fun and they're not really taking things too seriously. But as the years go by, most people get tired of dating and they just want to be in a steady relationship. They're tired of the aggravation and the expense and all the time and energy that you have to put into dating, and they would rather just focus on one person. So they meet someone and they start dating exclusively. But the longer you date someone, the more you start to wonder about how good of a choice they would be for a long-term or permanent situation. Up until recently, there was no really good way to determine someone's trustworthiness, other than just by observing their behavior over a long period of time. But now, there is a new technique to determine or gauge how well you can trust someone you're dating. It's called the money fade, and it's a way to really figure out if someone is with you for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. Can you trust them, or are they just opportunists who are not trustworthy at all? So here's how the money fade works. Let's say you've been dating someone for a while now and things have been going well, but you're still not sure if they're with you for the right reasons or whether they will stand by you if something really bad happens. So here's what some people are doing. They're manufacturing a fake crisis to see how the person they're dating will respond. Will they stand by them and help them, or will they slowly start to distance themselves from you and start to look elsewhere? There are different kinds of fades that people can create. One involves pretending that you lost your job. Another involves pretending that you need to borrow some money for an emergency. The crucial thing is that the fake emergency that you create involves money, because money is what really reveals someone's true character. Everything is always great as long as the money situation is fine. But when the money problems enter into a relationship, that's when you really get to see the person you're dating very clearly. Oprah Winfrey once said that all money does is magnify who you really are. If you were a good person before you got money, you'll be an even better person after you get some money. But if you were a creep before you got some money, then you'll probably be an even bigger creep afterwards. And that is the point of the money fade. You want to use a manufactured money crisis to reveal who you're really dating. So now the big day arrives and you decide to try the money fade to see if you can really trust the person you're with. So they get home and that evening and you tell them that you've lost your job or that you need to borrow some money, some serious money for a family emergency. You tell them all about it and then you sit back and watch what happens. Does the person you're dating now look at you as a massive financial burden that they'll have to carry and support, or do they see your problem as their problem and decide that the two of you will have to work together to solve this problem no matter what? If after a few days of revealing the money fade, your partner starts to act less affectionately and becomes more distant, then you should keep talking to them to see how they're feeling. But in the back of your mind, you'll probably see that they're no longer as interested in you as they were before the fade. That's because they're a taker and not a giver. And takers don't really want to help people at their own expense. They just want to keep benefiting from them financially as much as possible. Over time, you will notice that the relationships of most takers deteriorate and collapse when their partners realize who and what they really are. Takers always complain about their partners not being ambitious enough. When you hear that, uh, then you should know that that's code for you're not giving me enough of your money. In fact, if you read a singles ad, and the singles ad says that the person they want to date or the person they're looking for has to be as ambitious as they are, they have to be really ambitious, that's usually a taker. The ironic thing about takers is that no matter what you do for them, it'll never be enough. They will always complain and want more. On the other hand, if you try the money fade on your partner and they become determined to help you in any way they can by doing whatever they can to help you, then that means that you're dating a giver. You can usually recognize a giver because they worry more about their partner or their families than they do about themselves. They put their families ahead of everything, and they always will. If you have a partner like that, then you should cherish them and hang on to them no matter what, because they will almost never abandon you. With givers, it's really important that you take care of them as enthusiastically as they want to take care of you. Partners like this are very precious, so you need to take care of them whenever you can. In fact, you need to always put them before your own needs, because if you don't protect them and take care of them, they probably won't do it for themselves because they're spending all their time taking care of you or the family. You have to be very careful about how and when you do the money fade, because sometimes people get offended by it when they're told you were just testing them. What some people do is that rather than admit they were testing them, they'll just say the situation has worked itself out and now the problem is solved, so you really don't need to help them anymore. Another form of the fade that you can try to determine how well you can trust someone is to simply have a secret conversation with one or two of your partner's exes and ask them some questions. Ask them, can your partner be trusted? Are they dependable? Were they faithful, or did they cheat? The truth is that exes are more likely to be honest after they break up with someone than they are during a relationship. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.